From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
A state of Montana helicopter crashes as the Deep Creek fire east of Townsend blows up, sending homeowners fleeing. Coming up, learn what happened to the crew of that chopper and what's happening with the fire.
I have the full scoop on what happened in Monday's Bozeman School Board meeting, everything from equity, what it is, and what it isn't. I'm Annie Johnson with the full story coming up.
Well, good Wednesday morning, 6:29 for you. You're watching Montana This Morning. We've got Chet already out on the patio because it's
I'm not coming back in. It's 53 degrees out here.
I was going to say, what's temp?
Clear skies. It's gorgeous. In fact, I would say outdoors would be your destination for today as well. Go for a picnic for lunch and then call in sick in the afternoon and just stay.
We wouldn't do that.
I would never do that.
No.
Considering our day wraps up about 10, 11 o'clock, it's not all that bad. So take a look at what's going on outside right now. You can see current conditions not bad. 40s and 50s here in southwest Montana, a little warmer in the northeast corner of the state. As far as the rest of your work week, we're going to get a little bit warmer, but nothing like those record-breaking temperatures we saw Monday and Tuesday. That's the good news. What does it look like for your Father's Day weekend? Well, that's the tease. I'll let you know in 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Chet. A state of Montana helicopter crashed while landing at the Deep Creek fire late yesterday, and the Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation confirmed last night that the DNRC helicopter incident happened while responding to the Deep Creek fire burning between Townsend and White Sulphur Springs. Now you're seeing a time-lapse video of smoke here from that fire. There you go. The helicopter crash happened about 5 yesterday afternoon. That happened while en route to the helibase. The aircraft experienced a hard landing that resulted in the fire. Now video from the Broadwater Reporter showed flames and thick black smoke coming from the wreckage. That video, you can see that on our website. We do not yet have permission to use that video on our air. We can tell you all 5 people on board were able to safely get out. That crew was assessed by the medical staff at both the Billings Clinic Broadwater in Townsend and St. Peter's Health in Helena. The crash happened in front of a Montana Highway Patrol trooper who helped get the crew out of harm's way. The DNRC says future details will become available as it investigates the incident. Meantime, Governor Greg Gianforte tweeted he is monitoring the situation and says he is relieved to hear that all involved are getting the necessary medical attention. He also asked for prayers for them and first responders across the state. Our Jonathan Amberian reports the Deep Creek fire ballooned up to 2,000 acres as it was driven by high winds yesterday afternoon.
On Tuesday afternoon, the conditions on the Deep Creek fire became much more serious as the fire jumped from the north side to the south side of Highway 12. The fire, burning in timber, brush, and grass between Townsend and White Sulphur Springs, spread under hot and very windy conditions. Authorities asked residents from Thomason to the Grassy Mountain subdivision to follow potential evacuation instructions from the Marr County Sheriff's Office. Later in the afternoon, the Sheriff's Office announced it was starting to evacuate Springdale Colony as well as Grassy Mountain. Around 5 p.m., authorities say a DNRC helicopter responding to the fire went down while returning to the helibase. The hard landing led to a fire. DNRC says all 5 people aboard were able to get out safely. They're being assessed by medical staff in Townsend and Helena. In a tweet, Governor Greg Gianforte said he's closely monitoring the situation and relieved all involved are getting the necessary medical attention. Law enforcement stopped eastbound traffic on Highway 12 at the intersection with Montana Highway 284. Residents were allowed to go as far as Ross Gulch, but no farther. That closure is expected to continue through the night. Authorities say the cause of the fire remains under investigation, though they do say responders found a fallen tree that led to a downed power line. In Broadwater County, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Now, Jonathan talked to Kathy Bushnell from the Helena Lewis and Clark National Forest last night, and she confirms firefighters believe they have lost structures in the Deep Creek fire, but crews haven't been able to confirm what those structures are just yet. Meantime, we do want to tell you the Red Cross has a relief center for those escaping the fire at the White Sulphur Springs Senior Citizen Center. The services are free. The center offers a safe place to stay, meals, and access to community resources. The Robertson Draw fire burning south of Red Lodge has grown to 2,000 acres. Yesterday, residents of the Gold and Ruby Creek drainages were re-evacuated. Grove Creek is under evacuation as well. There are other evacuation warnings in place now for people who need to be ready to go. Now, Gallatin County Resources also requested help on both fires and are being deployed. Multiple fire districts are closing down open burnings, including Central Valley Fire District and Clarkson. Bozeman Fire says do not do any open burning, Whitehall and Park County included. Expect most to follow suit. Closures will remain until the weather improves and there are safe burning conditions. Other headlines this morning, equity. You've probably been hearing the term more and more often. The definition does vary depending on who you ask. MTN's Annie Johnson joins us with how the Bozeman School District is defining it and how that applies to students.
A lot to uncover from Monday's school board meeting, so let's jump right in.
I'll call this meeting to order.
The June 14th meeting wasn't very long, but it covered a lot of topics, including updating policies concerning student equity.
We're going to be looking at policy 3610 and 3610P. We're also going to be talking about some revisions to 3210P.
The district was very clear on how they define the term.
Equity means that each student, regardless of race, color, national origin, ancestry, sex, ethnicity, language barrier, religious belief, physical or mental handicap or disability, economic or social condition, actual or potential marital or parental status, gender or sexual orientation will have access to the opportunities, resources, and support they need to attain their full potential.
School leaders focused on different programs and policies to close the achievement gap, like the Student Inclusion and Resiliency Initiative, which is a student dropout prevention program.
It's not giving something up, but the more that we can make Tier 1 available for all students, that's why it will benefit everybody.
There wasn't any public comment surrounding the equity discussion. In fact, there was only one public comment throughout the entire meeting, and it was on a non-agenda item.
I am certainly concerned about the critical race theory being talked about all over. It seems like a solution without a problem. I think a lot of folks are looking to make a big blanket judgment on ban this is terrible, and it seems like a really big government kind of solution for a problem that doesn't exist.
Co-Superintendent Bertram specified the equity discussion is not in relation to the critical race theory being talked about nationally. The last Bozeman School Board meeting for this year is scheduled for Monday, June 28th. Reporting in Bozeman, Annie Johnson, MTN News.
Now, the specific updates to the policies add more depth and details. In certain areas, the revisions provide a more inclusive definition of the subjects it is referring to. For the specific changes, you can visit our story on our website. Meantime, many companies are using incentives to attract workers. LinkedIn says the most common incentives focusing on more flexibility and better work-life balance, like 4-day work weeks. Other companies who need employees back in the office are looking at what else they can offer. Education is also helping to become something more companies are considering.
The rising cost of tuition is still front and center for a lot of people. And I think we're seeing some places put emphasis on that and say, hey, we're going to help you with either your student loans or even just going to get an education right now. And I think also a lot of people, because of the pandemic, they realize how important skills and learning is.
Guild Education is working with companies to add programs or make existing programs more competitive. Its CEO says while traditional tuition reimbursement has existed for a long time, it is not what people need in the moment.
Today's core worker is a 32-year-old woman of color. She's a mom. She wants to work full time and she wants to figure out how to go back to school on evenings and weekends. She needs flexibility, and primarily she needs not tuition reimbursement where she has to pay up front.
Guild Education says Waste Management just became the first to offer free college education to their employees along with their spouses and children.
This is totally debt-free for the employee and they don't have to pay anything up front. So we are meeting them at their needs, but it's also mutually beneficial for the company.
Now, Waste Management Chief chief policy officer thinks this will attract and retain workers. The company has been dealing with a supply and demand issue with drivers and technicians. Demand is way up for drivers in the pandemic to deliver goods, so it is recruiting from the same pool of workers. That's because retaining employees saves the company money. Waste Management says each new hire can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. Now, the cost of losing an employee, on the other hand, can be anywhere from $12,000 to $30,000. Guild Education has found people in its company funding programs at nearly 3 times more likely to stay with the company. Well, coming up next year on Montana This Morning, a report by the Associated Press says the military is missing thousands of high-powered firearms. Coming up, learn how it happened and where some of the weapons are showing up. But first, here's a look at what's happening at 7 on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS This Morning, today's historic summit between President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin. We'll discuss the big issues and what the U.S. is hoping to achieve. Also, the COVID death toll in the U.S. surpassed 600,000, and new variants are still a concern. We'll talk with Dr. Anthony Fauci about how we can continue to fight this virus. And Tina Knowles Lawson, Beyonce and Solange's mom, will join us to discuss the importance of Juneteenth and the impact it's had on her family. We'll see you at 7.